What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop. Of course, this is a weekly show where I let you know what games are coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on. We will talk about the hottest new releases right here. This week, a bit of a strange week. We have Redeemer Enhanced Edition as our headliner, followed by Dragon Quest Builders 2. We've got SolSeraph and more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's top game releases. To kick things off, we have Redeemer Enhanced Edition coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Redeemer is a top-down action game where you will punch, hack, and blast your way through the enemies using fists, hammers, firearms, and even the environment. Play as Vasily, an elite operative who once worked for one of the biggest arms industry corporations in the world. Officially working in security, you were tasked with infiltration, assassination, extortion, and even torture. When eventually the corporation decided to get rid of you, you managed to narrowly escape to a secluded monastery deep in the snowy mountains. For 20 years, you tried to find peace and harmony amongst your fellow monks, but you are still too haunted by your murderous past to find either. Now, after all of these years, the corporation is finally closing in on your location, and in so doing, they have given you one last shot at redemption. Now some bullet points. Intense top-down action. Take out enemies in whatever way your heart desires. Brutal hand-to-hand combat. Maximum violence. Collection of brutal fighting moves, combos, charge, and jump attacks. Unique kill system. Stealthily eliminate your enemies using the environment to dispatch your opponents, and you can use the environment to smash their skulls or simply kick the crap out of them in hand-to-hand combat. A story-driven single-player experience. Discover Vasily's haunted past and experience a narrative journey of betrayal and redemption. Arena mode. Practice and test your fighting skills by battling countless enemies in a horde-like arena mode. Cooperative game mode for 2 players. Walk through the game alongside your friend, and may your gamepads be the ultimate weapons of retribution. And on top of that, there is a perk system in the game. You have 50 new perks to improve the killing efficiency of Vasily. Expand his abilities after every victory. Use new incredible fighting perks, electro punches, dragon breath kicks, explosive plasma, flame bullets, etc. Whenever I think about top-down action games, I think about Hotline Miami and Hotline Miami 2, because those are the ones that I love the most and that stand out in my mind. But Redeemer doesn't necessarily line up with what you would expect from a Hotline Miami, and it's not quite as precise as Hotline Miami. But with that being said, it really doesn't need to be. The hand-to-hand combat is incredibly satisfying, and the change of camera angles freshens things up from time to time to really keep the gameplay and the look of the game fresh. But if you do want to check out the enhanced edition of a game that has been out for a hot minute, you can check it out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC when Redeemer Enhanced Edition launches later on this week. Next up, we've got Dragon Quest Builders 2 coming out on the PS4 and the PC. The evil children of Hargon are determined to eradicate all creators and have outlawed the building, cooking, and creation of all things. In an attempt to spread their destructive dogma, the calamitous cult captures the builders of the world. All hope seems to be lost until you, a young apprentice builder, manage to escape from the clutches of evil. After washing up on the shores of the deserted Isle of Awakening, you encounter the spirited Malroth, a mysterious youth with no memory of his past. With the help of your fearless new friend, you embark on a grand adventure to gather the skills required to become a full-fledged builder. But the road you build is paved with peril. Only you can defeat the children of Hargon, uncover the secrets of Malroth's past, and unravel the riddles of this mysterious land. Bullet point time. Bigger, better builder. What? Construct bigger structures in a bigger world with more variety and options than ever before. Collaborate and create with friends online. Big projects require big help. Up to 4 players can team up online to build anything you can imagine. Explore, gather, and craft new creations. Each island contains its own set of unique materials to help you grow, craft, and cook new creations. Along the way, you'll improve your skills and grow as a builder as you learn new recipes and blueprints. Battle fearsome foes alongside your partner Malroth. Dash, swim, and glide across an expansive world. Plant, water, and grow. Work together with your villagers to till soil, plant seeds, and raise a multitude of crops. Be sure to customize the way you build your fields to support the kind of crops you are growing. Harvest anything from the humble cabbage to sweet sugar canes. Grow some humble cabbage. Dragon Quest Builders was a very unique experience, to say the least. It's something that I didn't expect to be as big of a hit as it actually is, but lo and behold, it was actually a really fun game that had a pretty big following, so it's no surprise to see Dragon Quest Builders 2. I will say I never bought the first game, but I did sit down and play some of a demo, and I can say it's a pretty good little game. Of course, if you're a fan of Minecraft, you're going to be a fan of this kind of experience, but it has more narrative, and of course it is set in the world of Dragon Quest, so you can expect a lot of that kind of vibe coming out of Dragon Quest Builders 2. Unfortunately, currently a PS4 console exclusive, but if you did want to pick it up on that console or the PC, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is coming out this week. And to round out today's main releases, we have SolSeraph coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Retro-inspired tower defense and action platformer SolSeraph reinvents the classics. As the guardian of humanity, civilization is in your hands. Build your cities and set up defensive structures to protect them from the constant threat of monsters, then descend into their lairs with sword and spells to eliminate them for good. Explore floating islands, ancient caverns, and lost cities. The world is yours. Brought to you by Ace Team, the creative minds behind Rock of Ages and Xenoclash, SolSeraph combines action and strategy for a rich and unique gameplay experience reminiscent of the 16-bit era. SolSeraph has not been on my radar whatsoever, but I was looking up releases this week and I thought that I would give it a look, and man am I glad that I did, because it's a very unique game for one specific reason, and it's in the first line of the description. It is a retro-inspired tower defense game and an action platformer. This is basically two gameplay experiences in one. On one hand, you do have your tower defense, but within that tower defense is a hidden action platforming element of the game, and that keeps things very fresh, because in my personal experience, tower defense games are incredibly fun, but they can become tedious over time. Now, some people love that nature of any kind of tower defense game. For me, it just gets a bit dull after a while. This would definitely keep things fresh and kind of change up the gameplay at about the point whenever it needs to be changed up. At the very least, SolSeraph is worth checking out. It's a very cool game with a unique art style and of course a very unique kind of gameplay element that switches things up. And if you do want to check it out, it's coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. But before we go, we have some honorable mentions. First off, God Eater 3 and Skulls of the Shogun Bonafide Edition, haha, because Skulls are both coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Lethal League Blaze is coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch as well. And Limited Run has two releases this week, with a physical version on the Vita of Metal Slug 3, and on the PlayStation 4 you can find a physical version of Red Faction, both of which are probably going to be hot items on eBay in a couple of months and very, very collectible. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. Of course, if you are brand new to the channel, check out some of the other content. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay up to date and informed on the hottest content that I pump out, on top of a daily gaming news podcast that comes out 5 days a week to keep you up to date and informed. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. I will talk to you soon, and peace.